voices, make them all sound like one. Let me see your sacred mysteries. Reveal to me the unknown tongue. Reveal to me the unknown tongue. A father's razor, watch it cut into a palm. She put her hand up to her mouth to taste the blood so holy and warm. She got up in the morning, put on a dress and fat leather shoes. Ate a cereal, kissed her mother. Speak to me, many voices, make them all sound like one. Let me see your sacred mysteries. Reveal to me the unknown tongue. 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 Reveal to me, 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 reveal to me.
And yet another fantastic piece from Bastard of Reality. And you can stop now. SoundCloud, that's really quite enough, you see. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome. I managed to get almost everything working except these fucking Bluetooth earbuds. At this point, I'm gonna wait until I'm big and famous and important enough for a sponsor to give me better earbuds. I don't know why, but for some reason it only plays like the left ear channel. I don't know what to make of it. But I could see, well, there seems to be an absolute stampede of activity tonight. 3 people on YouTube and 3 people in Twitch, I guess. So anyway, all the same, welcome everyone to Friday night. I had been trying to get Vermin Supreme could come back on, but I guess he was all booked up tonight, and now I have to see if I can. Oh yeah, it's not gonna work. Just suffering through this miserable heat wave, smoking way too many cigarettes, drinking way too many beers. But, you know, what else is new? It's summertime, right? Now, before we get really into the meat and the gristle of the news we have tonight, I think it's something important that we need to discuss. Something very important, actually. Something which, quite honestly, it doesn't go discussed enough, and especially with the new revelations that we've had come out today about the topic of tonight's little ramble, I think you're going to see connections and correlations maybe you hadn't actually put together in your own heads yet. Know what am I talking about? Well, of course I'm talking about aliens. Yeah, that's right. The Pentagon's finally just letting the walls drop. They're coming out and straight up telling us now. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, no, these are, these UFOs, they're not made here on Earth. No, that's right. Our manufacturing jobs have been outsourced in an interstellar fashion. And as such, they're basically coming out and right out admitting, like, yeah, these are UFOs. We don't know where they are, where they're coming from, what they are, what they want. But the reason I bring this up isn't just some, tepid enthusiasm. It's like throw my hair up and tell you that, yes, it's in fact aliens. No. I'm worried about one of our prime natural resources here on planet Earth. We've all seen the films like Independence Day and, Independence Day 2 and Battlefield Earth and Mars Attacks, and also that one episode of Rick and Morty where the aliens came and were trying to steal our water. We know We've been told through the media by secret elements within the government, within the higher echelons of power. We have known for a while that all of this has been happening, and it's not good. But it's not water they're after. It's not gold. It's not minerals. It's our most precious resource, which right now is being hijacked and being taken over by aliens that I believe are white women. That is right. I'm just going to bring this other thing up just that way it looks... Oh, wait, no, that's not the right one. Yeah, actually, we're just going to jump into this kind of, but then we'll get into the story. But I genuinely believe, yeah, I think aliens are here attempting to take over our natural resource that is white women by kind of an invasion of the body snatchers thing when you think about it. Basically, that's what it is. And now I'm not going to go full Stephen Molyneux on you. I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift still has a full dozen farm fresh eggs tucked up inside of there waiting for some, like alpha Chad bro patriot Superman to come along and, give it knock her up. It's, the whole world's waiting on Taylor Swift to get... or maybe just Stephen Molyneux and by extension me. I don't know. All I'm saying, though, is that we're increasingly seeing a problem in this country, especially in this country, where white women are acting in ways that I frankly can only think... the only thing I can think is that they've been taken over by aliens. I mean, the proliferation of Karens these days is so widespread that even internet feminists are having difficulties not using the term. Okay, Karen, the manager will see you now. What if the Karen is in fact just an alien parasite? It only invades white women of particular ages with particular haircuts who shop at particular locations. Maybe that's why they don't want the mask, because the parasite is living just maybe under their tongue or in the back of their throat, and it needs a higher level of oxygen than can be provided while wearing a mask. But even aside from that, the proliferation of crazy white bitches in our modern day and age can really only be explained, in my humble opinion, by an alien invasion, one which has been taking place for a long time. It began with the Gilmore Girls, trying to get us comfortable with the idea of sassy white bitches being all over the place. And then what? See, this is something that those men's rights activists, they'll never tell you. They'll never get into this. They won't go into the real deep, hard, sticky, moist, kind of pungent truth that we're tapping into right now. And that's that our white women are being taken over by aliens simply to disrupt life on this earth for purposes as of yet unknown. I haven't really... this is an incomplete theory, guys. I mean, I'm no expert, okay? I don't work for NASA. I don't work for DOD. I don't work for Talbot's catalogs. All I know is that with the proliferation of crazy white bitch activity on this planet, coupled with the fact that the Pentagon is now slowly starting to acknowledge the fact that maybe there's aliens here, I don't see coincidence the same way so many others do. Where some see coincidence, I see cause. You see?
I'm kind of retarded.
Christ, I'm gonna have to turn those down. But I'm seeing through. I'm piercing through the veil on this one here. I'm piercing through the veil, and now I'm seeing some folk are saying Lord Flappy says MRAs are co-conspirators. I don't think so. I think they're pawns in this vicious game. I don't think they really understand the fact that they're actually operating. Maybe, and that's another thing too. How many Karens have you met? And I don't mean like the stereotype of a Karen, but how many people named Karen have you known personally? Only one I can think of that I've known is Karen Strawn. And I'm pretty sure she's an alien of a completely different species. My point is what if its code name has been seeped, it's sort of been fed into our collective consciousnesses, trying to convince us that Karen is a perfectly ordinary name, when in fact it is the name of an invasive species from Alpha Centauri. And oh my good goddamn, I've just solved it. I have just solved it. Ask yourself, what is the classic line that alien invaders are supposed to say when they get to Earth? What is it they typically say? Take me to your leader. What is a leader? It's a manager. What does it mean to be taken to one? It means that they want to see them. It's been in front of us the whole time. How did we miss it? How did we not see it? It is our duty now to corral all crazy white bitches. All of them. Load them up on buses, not trains. There's a sort of there's a stigma around loading people forcibly onto trains, one I understand and appreciate, and we're dealing with it right now. But no, we need to round up all these white bitches, these Karens, and we need to interrogate them. We need to find out where the parasite lives and how it functions, and exactly what manager they're looking to see and why. Why are you trying to? Why must I take you to my manager? Klaatu Verata Nikto. That's not just from Evil Dead. No, it's not an Army of Darkness quote. It goes deeper than that. The day the earth stood still. You know when the earth stands still? That's right, when it ceases to revolve around the sun and it begins to revolve around an angry white bitch at Whole Foods. It's been there all along. We've just been too dumb to see it. I can't believe it. So I think if anything right now, I think if you've got a Karen in your life, it's time to bust out the Ghostbuster equipment. Yeah, that's right. You need to be checking her for radiation. You need to find out, does she sleep? Does she really sleep in a Tempur-Pedic? Or is that Tempur-Pedic just a hologram? A hologram to cover up the pod that she's going to crawl into so that she can sort of reabsorb and regain her power through the sheer calamitous, deafening din of nonsense that comes from things like The View. Because you know who watches The View, don't you? You know, what if Laura Ingraham is a fucking alien? Goddamn, see? See, Jables right now over on Twitch is saying you should donate to the Streamlabs to support the arts. I agree with that, but also keep in mind, right now, you're funding a revolution. Every dollar that goes to me, I will use to amplify my voice so that these alien bitches can no longer dominate our news cycles, can no longer take over this planet with their acrylic nails and their Walgreens hair dye. No, I'm not going to stand for it. That's right. Alex Jones might not be on the internet anymore, but I'm here to take his place, and I'm here to expose the real truth, because that motherfucker is a Freemason. We know this is a fact, and guess who's not a Freemason? Me. Guess who else isn't? The Karens. Or are they in cahoots? See, there are so many different ways this can go, and now is not the time to take chances. Our species, our very way of life is under threat. Not from Muslims, not from trans people, not even from libtards. Antifa is a smokescreen. These Portland protests are smoke. All of this shit is a smokescreen. In fact, who is it that's now trying to take over these protests? That's right, Portland's moms. And how many of those moms are named Karen, do you think? How many of them have cavities that can hide tiny little aliens like the one in Men in Black who sits behind that one guy's face? This is what we're dealing with, and until we can wrap our head around this, there might not be hope for the future. Our sons, our daughters, and everything in between is under threat. And unless you fund this show to the tune of, what am I saying now, $1,200 a month? $1,200 a month, roughly. I can't see it from here. I'm going to guess that's what I kept it at. Unless we can fund this show to that tune. Unless you support this isn't just art, this is news, and this isn't just news, this is revolution. Unless we can do this, there will soon be no managers left to speak to. Why? Because for the final point I wanted to make here. For a long time, we've gotten this impression that these women, they just want to speak to the managers. They complain about customer service. But is that really what happens? Because how many managers have spoken to them that have we ever seen or heard of again? The media won't report on it, of course. It's not a popular topic. But one thing that we can probably assume in this case, something which again, the MSNBCs simply need to accept and begin to speak about, honestly, and not with the smoke screen of alien propaganda, is that managers are themselves a food source. And that is the point of this invasion. They don't want our water or our gold or our minerals or anything like that. No, they feed on manager flesh. They drink manager blood. It is a special type of blood, fortified with minerals and irons. And until we can protect these dear, revered middle managers of America, we might not have a future after all. Let COVID take us. COVID is just a smokescreen. But on that point, though, let's actually see what the latest tactic of the invasion is. That's right, it's misdirection, folks. Because Panera Karen wonders how much masks can work if pants don't contain flatulence. Ha 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 ha. Maybe I designed my pants that way, huh? Maybe I want the scent of my gaseous internal buildups to serve as a signature, like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. And now they've come to take this right away from us as well. I frankly don't. I can't imagine a more devious but potentially effective plot. So yes, Panera Karen. What's she up to? Did she want flatulence or a flatbread? Ha 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 ha. See, they open it with humor. They don't want you really thinking about it. There's a new model of COVID Karen roaming the streets. This time it's Panera Karen. I almost read that as Panzer Karen. And if any of you are remotely talented artists, I would like to see a rendering of Panzer Karen whenever you're free. A California woman who had some bizarre things to say about face masks recently. She's caught on video after being denied service. Ripping on masks is useless. Her logic? People can still smell farts through pants. It's just you got a good diet, hon. That's all it is. You eat your greens and your grains. You stuff your face with the cheap, commercially produced steak and chicken tendies. Your farts? Nothing can contain them, baby. Nothing. Be your best self. The video is taken Monday at a Panera Bread. I don't know, you already fucking up with me there. In Chico, the woman is seen filming her interaction with the staff. In it, a man behind her expresses his displeasure at her refusing to don a mask. Wow, you're sure brave, the man identified as William C. tells the woman. Ha, I like the way that sentence worked. You're sure a tough one, aren't you? Now, this is a meaningless video, the do's and don'ts of face masks, so you disappointed me already, Toronto son, but what else can I expect? The man then asks Panera employee to get the woman out of the store. The worker says he's called security in response. So you're not going to serve me because I'm not wearing a mask? Asks Panera Karen. Okay, well played on that. Well played on that quotation. No. They're not going to serve you because you're not wearing a mask. It's exactly right, the man says. Little did we know, he was a plant. A plant. Just to get Karen access to the manager so she could devour him whole. Apparently at that point, the man had had enough because his temperature rises. You can tell because steam began. I've seen the video. It's not available. It's classified now. But steam begins pouring out of this guy's ears. His face turns beet red, and things around him begin melting. It was an amazing thing to see. Just put on a mask. Don't be such a moron, he says. You selfish piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here. You're fucking disgusting. You're so fucking selfish. Piece of shit. Fuck you. Fucking go walk into traffic, you fucking whore. You fucking hoe bag. What are you doing in Panera Bread anyway? You should be bringing SpaghettiOs back to your bastard children and force feeding them while making them watch the last remaining episode of Paw Patrol. The woman turns, blows air up in his direction, and tells him to relax, then falls to her knees and begins sucking him off, at which point any concern of coronavirus completely escaped William C. Tell's mind. A friend of the man tells her to grow the fuck up. She then looks and says, oh, is he a grower, not a shower? To which then William stopped talking altogether and just asked her to continue, saying, please, stop working the head when the climax comes. It's an amazing time. The woman then walks away but doesn't leave before gassing up the situation. Meaning she ripped out an enormous fart, SpaghettiO farts, to be specific. It was a little wet at the end there, too. And that left a lot of other patrons wondering, well, I mean, was this her plan all along? Is this part of the new Jackass movie? Is that secretly Johnny Knoxville dressed up as a Talbot's shopper who's coming to Panera Bread for her bread bowl so that she can get canned clam chowder and eat it out of bread like a peasant from old, paying 5 times the cost of their homes? You think that mask is going to protect you? You fart out your ass. You can smell it out of your ass. You think the mask is going to protect you? I put 6 masks inside of my body trying to absorb that methane. And guess what happened? I still got into the elevator. With all of those civil servants downtown for no other reason than to crop dust them and say, I guess your mask isn't helping there either, is it? See? Until they develop a mask that can mask the scent of Panera farts, I'm not sure that we have any hope as a species. It's time to give it up. But again, we have to remember that these people aren't human. They are not of this world. They came here from far off, and now we have confirmation from Fox 10 in Phoenix. And you know, no one in Phoenix has ever said anything weird or fucked up, but not made of this earth. Top secret Pentagon UFO task force reportedly expected to reveal some findings. That's right. We all remember this video. That's right. Now, you may not be able to tell from here, but that's actually a Honda CR-V. That is a crossover SUV. The traditional, conventional
I'm kind of retarded.
Karen Mobile takes her all the way from Alpha Centauri, brings her here. It's CR-V. It's coronavirus. Wait, coronavirus. It's coronavirus crossover SUV. But in Washington, according to a recent report from the New York Times, and we all know how we can trust them, fucking another thing run by interdimensional alien Karens, a top secret Pentagon program has been conducting classified briefings for over a decade, telling us all about the arrival of the CRVs, telling us how it is. There's another thing. Did you think all of these hard seltzers came out of nowhere? No. Because in the same way they must feast upon the flesh of the manager, so too must they wash that altogether ashen flavor down with hard seltzer. Which is why you always know who's buying that. According to the Times, the Pentagon stated that the program was disbanded, but a Senate committee report last month revealed spending on the program called Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. That's right. You can never trust the government. They say, we don't know anything about aliens. And then you see aliens. And then they say, we don't have any idea where this money is going. And that is true. It was reported in late June that Senator Marco Rubio had previously been probed after having himself a fun old night at tequila and ribs out in the middle of a goddamn cornfield. Wait.
I'm kind of retarded.
Sorry, I might have read that wrong. Hold on. Marco Rubio requested detailed analysis of the task force findings. I like this. Marco Rubio, I used to just think you were kind of a pudgy Hispanic Matt Damon competitor to Trump back during the debates, and I still stand by that, but the fact that you want us to know the truth about these goddamn UFOs says to me that you have America's best interests in mind, because without the managers, there is no dinner shift. Got it? The report stated that the committee supports the efforts of the task force to collect and standardize data regarding unidentified aerial phenomenon. See, look, they want to go with UAPs just to throw you off the scent. Because it's UFOs. We all know it. They're flying objects. They're not just aerial. Also, what about the ones that go underwater? Are they flying? Is that a hydro-based sort of form of aerial? Or are you talking Ariel as in The Little Mermaid? And that's perhaps, once again, she left the ocean and sacrificed her voice so that she could meet the top manager of the goddamn dry land. And that's when and as we all know in the true story, after that, she had to cut a whole bunch of parts of her off, sacrifice them in a pot, and then she and Kevin Costner's character from Waterworld just fucked off into the ocean and had a bunch of fish babies. Now, the New York Times is reporting that the Secret Task Force is expected to release new and alarming findings that may involve vehicles of made of materials not of this planet. Astrophysicist and former consultant of the UFO program. See, they use it right there, don't they? Thank you, Fox 10 Phoenix. Since 2007, Eric W. Davis told the Times that he gave classified briefing to the Defense Department agency as early as March regarding off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. You've been found out, Elon Musk. We're on to you. And your army of middle-aged white bitches. Over the years, the federal government has released footage of military encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena. In April, the Pentagon declassified videos from 2004 to 2015 that showed saucer-looking objects. DoD releasing the videos in order to clear up any misconceptions by the public on whether or not the footage has been circulating was real or whether or not there's more to the videos, the agency said in a statement, along with the released clips. So you gotta wonder what they're not showing you. I'll tell you what they're not showing you. They're not showing you the JCPenney shoe section being a meetup point, a rally point during the middle of the coronavirus as that business was going bankrupt for these bitches. They funneled in through underground catacombs, met in the shoe department, and then began discussing the best way to take us down. Now, in September, the U.S. Navy acknowledged 3 videos, UFO videos, that were released by former Blink-182 singer Tom DeLonge and published by the New York Times, were real unidentified objects. What do you think he meant by all the small things? That's right, because they look small. That's really like the only Blink-182 reference I can come up with off the top of my head, because it's been a very long time since I've thought about that band. The Navy considers the phenomena containing depicted in these 3 videos as unidentified, right? The gimbal, known as the FLIR1 gimbal and Go Fast, by the way, you should be seeing those rolling out soon on your favorite influencers, TikTok and YouTube channels. You know, as soon as they find out there's like more expensive camera, they just buy them. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Sofane didn't have one right fucking now, because let's ask ourselves, do you think you really could like keep rocking that, you know, Hot Topic bedazzled look that long without having some high-end contacts and some shadowy conspiracy? I don't think so. But yeah, I think we've all actually seen that video. It was pretty cool. And then we all saw Rogan when he was talking about it. So yeah, see, now if you need more proof of what I'm telling you here, though, you know, what happened to the outlet mall at Area 51? What happened? There used to be a rare Area 51 picture showed giant hangar, aka outlet mall, has mysteriously vanished. Long-range photographs from top-secret military base in the Nevada desert show a giant hangar, previously pictured as the site, is nowhere to be seen. What do they do? And what is this? I don't even know what this is. Alright, you lost me. Come. Anyway. Yeah, an entire building quietly vanished from the United States' mysterious Area 51. Before and after photographs of the top secret military base. Now you're playing.
Tracy noticed a couple of jet fighters dogfighting, so she popped off a couple pictures. It wasn't until we got back home, when we started reviewing the pictures, that we noticed a third object.
I like how after that, the next video story they want to show me after that is of Jake Paul's like COVID party, which, by the way, guys, I know not all of you believe in gods or the power of prayer, but if you do, and even if you're just maybe a little curious, maybe you're, you know, by prayer curious or something, I want you all to take a moment tonight and pray that all of Jake Paul's house guests from that party get COVID. I mean, every one of them, especially Jake. I mean, he's in such great shape. It'd be a shame if he drowned in his own lungs. Especially because, like, it's an important cultural asset, and I'm for one, I'm not ready to give it up. But, you know, if we have to sacrifice a few dozen TikTok and Instagram influencers and some beauty gurus so that people can start taking this shit seriously, well, then I think that's a small price to pay. And also, I mean, if they all got COVID and died and nothing changed, it'd still be a net benefit, and I don't think there's anyone in this audience right now who wouldn't agree. You're welcome. So, but yeah, we could see here the Talbots circled in red, right? And then watch. Bam! It's gone. It's just gone. What happened to it? Well, my guess is probably that it got foreclosed on. My guess is they didn't make their rent on time, and the landlord at Area 51, the property owner, said, well, no, sorry, your hangar can't live here anymore. I asked the Senate to give us some rent relief funds, but it just didn't happen, I'm afraid. Sorry, your hangar's got to go bye-bye. Or was it never really there? Is this like an M. Night Shyamalan thing, where that hangar was never really there? That was an optical illusion. It's a mirage. It's the desert, after all. People see all kinds of shit. Bugs Bunny once famously saw a malt shop in the middle of the desert. Turns out, it wasn't. But it's just vanished. It's gone. And look at this. We live in a time and a day and age where we have active pictures of Area 51. Now, this guy, Zieferman, he's a pilot, small engine pilot. He was flying. He got permission to fly around Area 51, which makes it even more curious, huh? Why did the government let these photos out? Why did they let him take these photos in the first place? Inquiring minds want to know. But one of his photos taken in April, a new hangar appears to be under construction. But just months later, the structure with a triangular slope roof has vanished. It's gone. The second photo taken this July shows a void where the site was perhaps a temporary hangar once stood. This is where they housed the shitty UFOs. That's what this is. These were like they just it was basically a giant like one of those like big party tents that people have weddings at when they don't want to go to church. They threw up one of those, probably because they were just ashamed because they were able to basically reverse engineer an intergalactic CRX, and nobody wanted to be seen driving it, so they built like a little go-kart track inside, but they had to put a roof over it, otherwise like Snoopy McPilot Face here would have found out about it, and then the whole thing would have gone tits up, and there would be no program for a next generation CRX. And so now it's just gone. You can see here. Yeah, that's right, Area 51. And we're looking at Area 51. I'm expecting government agents to knock down my door at any moment. Completely unrelated to what I've been saying today. I'm guilty of multiple heinous federal crimes. But either which way now, the timing would be perfect and would leave the rest of you with a real head scratcher, wouldn't it? Because I'm not telling you what I did. He took incredible photos of Area 51 and other top-secret installations on the Nevada Test and Training Range after receiving permission to fly through the airspace. Took his images while flying a Cessna 150. After receiving permission from air traffic controllers, he told Mystery Wire that he has been incredibly careful during his flights not to cross the line because he could get shot the fuck down with lasers. Everyone knows this. He told publication passing into the airspace would land a pilot in serious trouble, although he added he did not think the consequences would be anything dramatic, like they're going to shoot you down. Of course you had to say that, There'd probably be some yahoos like sitting on the outskirts, like out by the fence, the last area that you're allowed to be there, and they start taking pot shots with like 308 rounds. Just trying to take a fucking, like, you can't tell the difference between a Cessna and a remote control plane, or a drone, or a fucking UFO, or CRX, or CRV. Can't tell. In an April interview, about the same time, he said he saw nothing of interest as he passed the site, but added it was thrilling to have such a close encounter with a famed mystery spot. By the way, I give it 20 years until there's like a family, a family-oriented, family-friendly resort there. Really. Eventually, they're just gonna get bored of all the anti-gravity shit they've got and all of like the matter warping technology they've been able to come up with, and it's gonna be a Dave and Buster's, basically. Mark my words, 15, 20 years from now, Area 51 is gonna be the most famous Dave and Buster's on the face of the goddamn planet. You know I'm right. My predictions are pretty fucking solid. It's just runways and stuff. I think it's pretty cool anyway. It's just seeing that, the place that everybody knows about, talks about, but you can't really see. Well, I get to go and see it, so fuck y'all. It's worth getting a pilot's license. Over last year, thousands of alien fans plotted to storm Area 51. This is what I've been wondering about, too. Were they successful? Do you think there were, like, thousands of Naruto runners just hurtling themselves like the zombies in World War Z against the fences until finally they broke past that barrier. They got in to Area 51, and then when they got in there, in that hangar that's no longer there, what do you think they discovered? That's right, Karen pods. Pods which hatch these creatures, tentacle things, one eyeball, look kind of like a Dalek from Doctor Who, and they slither up inside of all of our precious, precious white women, and first feast upon their precious, precious eggs before moving off to destroy society with inane news items. I don't know, I'm starting to think if I stay on this story too long, I'm going to be taken off the air, shot in the head in the back of like a chemical shed or something like that. But, let's see. Others, yeah, well, anyway, so we know what that's about, but here's the thing. This isn't the only madness going on. I actually just wanted to show you this next story because I like it so much. Let me take a quick look here, though. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good on time. Having a quick peekaboo over at the Streamlabs and just to find out what's been going on. Jables Boogly resubscribed for 24 months. That's 2 straight years. He asks, are we potty trained yet? I was more comfortable not really thinking about that, but, now I'm just going to hold in any farts until the end of this show, just in case. Dina, Oh, Lester Saints of Discord, of course, rated with a party of 9. Thank you, boys. Dina resubscribed tier 1 for 11 months. 11 months, how the time flies. Indeed it does, especially when we're all having fun, and strangely, it feels like so much time has gone by in the last 6 months that for me, the impeachment might as well have been 5 years ago. Skull Maggot hosted with a viewer. Mickey Ficky gifted a sub. Tier 1 to Lolo Bohemia. It's 11 months going. Lord Flappy Hat followed. Jables donated $10 dues. Just toss in $10, everyone. I agree. Also, Nick, I sent you a bit in the DMs. Could you play it? You won't be struck for it. Nobody knows who the guy is. Abso-goddamn-lutely. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got Panzer Karen's family. So that comes in from Canuck, $3 there. He's showing us Panzer Karen's family. Let's see what he's got here. What is this?
Arthur, get out of the tank.
Oh, this classic. I love this.
Arthur, get out of the tank.
You're not my dad.
Get out of the fucking tank. I am your dad.
You're not my dad.
I am your dad. Get out of the fucking
I'm in a tank
Hey,
and you're not.
I will call
I'm
the
literally
military.
in
Get
a
out the fucking tank.
I'm literally in a tank.
Get
You're not.
out of the
You're not my dad.
Literally get out of the tank.
Tell Major Militant. I don't give a fuck.
Stop. Get out of the fucking tank.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. God, I love that. And let me see. Was that all we had? I think, yeah, that was all we had. But if you guys want to follow Jable's brilliant instructions, and I mean they really are fucking smart instructions. Yeah, you go ahead and just each of you toss me $10 in Streamlabs. We'll see what we can accomplish together. So I'm just gonna take a quick look back through some of the chats before I go into any of this other stuff. I need to take medication. So we got Lolo Bohemia here, Sean Ma's here, Edendro, Ed's here, yay! Catharsis is here, Canuck is here. Klingon. Oh, by the way, Canuck, I did get the mic today, as I'm sure you saw. It is pretty. I like it. I did take a look at the comparisons between it and the AT2020, but I think it's going to be perfect for my purposes, and I can't wait to have some of my weirder friends in to just sort of pop on in and fuck up my whole show, and then I'm going to laugh at them. Because ha, I fucked my own show up. Canuck says my sobriety proves that my assessment of ranch dressing is still correct. Yeah. And let me take a look here. We got, Sithless is over on the YouTube chat. And they're just starting to pick up a little bit over there. This Andrade had to fold out past Pluto to find the jump gate to get to the Citadel to pick up Frodo and take him to Endor to be trained as a wizard. Checks out. I'm feeling that. All right, well, let's have a look, see. All right, so, actually, I'm going to take a look and see what it was Jables sent me, because I have a strange sneaking suspicion. Oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, we'll actually watch that in just a moment. But I wanted to share this with all of you. What's the best attempted escape from the police that you've ever seen? And I mean, even on TV. Because sometimes, most of the time, Florida man... Well, he's a bit of a pain in the ass. He's a bit of a wild card, you know? Usually full of bath salts, methamphetamine, what have you. But every so often he proves to be the hero that we need and deserve. And thus I give you Cartwheel Florida man in all of his boldness and braveness. God bless him. Now, mind you, he's doing this for a reason. It's because he's holding up a dump truck. That's right. Or a trash truck, garbage truck. Cartwheel! Yeah, buddy! That was from Jesus. Thank you, good night! But then, police show up. Thank you, police. Uh-oh. He got away from you and he's cartwheeling away! Get him! Best police escape ever. Now he's hugging the cop. He's hugging the cop who's got him pinned. He's giving him big old hugs. Oh no, don't handcuff him. Don't handcuff him. He can't possibly do cartwheels with his hands cuffed behind his back. I mean, this right here just shows you what I've known for a while. We are living in a goddamn police state right now. We are living in an absolute police state. Absolutely, it's unforgivable, really. Living here in a police state where a man is not allowed to do cartwheels in a parking lot for his health. He's doing it for his health. He's getting his exercise in. That's what the state wants. They want us all to be fat and not cartwheel ready. Because the thing is once you master the art of the cartwheel, like, nobody can stop you. So a 40-year-old man, by the way, let's have a Fight Club moment where we repeat his name in honor of his bravery. His name is Oliver Francois. Yeah. His name is Oliver Francois. His name is Oliver Francois. So, 40-year-old man was caught allegedly blocking traffic in Orlando. Of course, it was in fucking Orlando. By doing gymnastics in the road. Was caught on tape on Tuesday, attempting to evade police by cartwheeling away. I love it so much. Oh, they didn't know they had Wawas down in Florida. Shit. I thought that was just a Pennsylvania and Ohio thing. Anyway, video shows him, he shows the path is blocking the path of a truck at a Wawa in Orlando. At one point, the man lies down in the middle of the roadway. You can stop anytime now. You can stop anytime. You can stop. I know, I should be saying that to myself, but I know that's not true. At one point, he lies down in the middle of the roadway. Officers attempt to detain him. He frees himself, performs another cartwheel, and is then again detained by police. According to the sheriff's office, the gymnast. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, all right, so never mind. Oliver Francois was the one who shared the video. This is Gianfranco Fernandez. His name is Gianfranco Fernandez. His name is Gianfranco Fernandez. Was charged with battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest. What? That's just terrible. But I do want to watch that video one more time, because it makes me happy. Get it, son. Get it. Fucking Olympic medalist right there. That's right. Fuck that garbage truck. Yeah, cartwheel. The only thing that would be funnier is than finding out like what this guy was on would be just discovering that like he was just really feeling it at this moment, right? No drugs, no alcohol, no nothing. And yeah, this honestly, this is the best part. That's right. You can't get him. Oh, the best video. I'm so happy I found this today. I mean, honestly, it was kind of a shitty day, and then I saw this, and I was just so happy. And Ed says he lives in Orlando. He's gonna go down to prison and visit him. I hope so. Let him see you do. If you find out where his window is, right? Tell him to like look out into whatever parking lot you can get into, and then just go out there and do cartwheels in his honor. I'm sure you'll have perfect form. And even if you don't, I'm sure, it's like the next best thing to marrying a lifer. So, that made my day. What are you gonna do? All right. And this last one, it's just because, right, so, if there's one thing we can say that's more dangerous to our species and our society than a viral pandemic or nuclear weapons, it's the people being in charge of how to respond to those things being the people who are in charge right now. Now, this isn't Trump, but it's sort of Filipino Trump in a way. President Duterte from the Philippines suggests disinfecting masks with gasoline. I'm okay with this, to be honest. They said he was joking, of course. But yeah, he said, at the end of the day, hang the mask somewhere and spray it with Lysol if you can afford it. For people who don't have Lysol, drench it in gasoline or diesel. And that son of a bitch COVID won't stand a chance. Just find some gasoline and dip your hand with the mask in it, the president said. On Wednesday, the country's Department of Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Verigi, suggested that Duterte was joking and asked that her children be released from the detention facility he had said them sent to following his own gaffe. You know how the president speaks. It's probably one of his jokes, especially about gasoline. He's famous. If you're not, I know not everyone is big on foreign affairs and, international relations, but Philippines President Duterte is known throughout the comedy world for his gasoline jokes. They're the best gasoline jokes out there. Instead, cloth masks should be washed every day, and after every use, it should be washed and dried under the sun. Health official warned against washing or using resurgical or N95 masks. The masks have components with certain filtering mechanisms that, when washed, will be rendered ineffective against filtering the virus, which can, again, be knocked out with sunlight, Lysol, or, as we know now, gasoline. I want this to be, I'm going to go over to Reddit after this show, and I'm going to start a Mustang Patriot 1995 subreddit there, where I discuss the positive health benefits of ingesting gasoline in different ways. Because there's a lot of ways. For one thing to remember, it's called gas. You can just breathe that shit in, It's good times. I one time sprayed a bunch of it in my eyeballs. No real health benefits from that, but I learned a valuable lesson. But I'm not telling you what that lesson is because it's private. HIPAA regulations, you understand. Duterte has a history of unhinged speeches during which he delivers violent, offensive, and otherwise puzzling remarks. In April, he pledged to bury coronavirus lockdown protesters, and last year claimed he cured himself from being gay. I was actually the one to first propose something similar. But I suppose since I was expelled from the country and my visa was revoked, I can tell the truth now. I once covered the president's face with a mask, a cloth mask, soaked in a substance very similar to gasoline. Here in the States, we call it chloroform. He passed out. I had my way with his various bits and pieces, making sure to not keep all the pleasure for myself, despite him being medically unconscious during our snuggle. At any rate, after prolonged torture at the hands of his goons, I confessed, but told him I merely drugged him with high-octane shell oil gasoline as a means to save him from the China virus. It was an act of love and lovemaking, and a felony or 5 or 6, depending on whose law we're looking at. Anyway, much love to the president for life. I can't wait. I can't wait to have my way with Don Jr.'s sweet, sweet boy hole. One love, Seb Gorka. I think that was a quality comment. Now, let's see, did somebody like this? Oh, 2 people like that. That wasn't even a good one. You people are fucking terrible. Anyway, let's drop this down and throw this up. Boom, there we go. And now it's time to speak to some folks. And I'm just going to drag Jables in real quick. Just because. Why the fuck not? What's happening, Jables?
Yeah, hey, sorry I wasn't here on Wednesday. I needed a mental health day.
No worries, hold on 1 second. So I fucked this up again. There we go. Now they can hear you.
Oh, okay. Doesn't matter as long as you heard that part. That's all that matters.
Well, I mean, no, it's actually all right. Cause I mean, I had a pretty good conversation with Chris, and like he and I haven't actually like had a chance to hang out and talk in a long time now. So it was an all right show.
That's another thing I figured. I was like, I'm gonna let you talk, and I kind of need a day off. Sure.
I keep wishing I could take one of those myself. But then I'm like, oh no. Well, then where will I get $14 to pay my rent down with?
Yeah.
But
I rarely get them, and then I go into like a catatonic state for like a week.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. No, it was a good time hanging out with Chris though, and it's funny because actually, like, so technically that wasn't his first time on the channel because Ed actually, who's in the chat, and Ed, if you jump into the fucking Discord already, come on.
and Ed's refusing to pop into the Discord because he's sober.
Oh. Well, yes, no, by no means, Ed, do I want to know what you're actually like when
Oh
not.
no, never mind. He just popped in.
Oh. Well, there we go. But no, it was funny. It was funny because since I started, this also streams to Facebook, but apparently with Restream, if you wanna stream it to a non-personal page, right, like a business page or a show page, they want you to go premium with it. And I'm not about to do that, so I'll figure a way around it. But it's funny because I've had people who are like local friends of mine who I'm Facebook friends with, like, why the fuck were you live on Facebook for 6 hours on Saturday until like 6:30 in the morning? I'm like, well, it was Ed's fault. Blame Ed.
This obscure dude from Gamergate days just talked me into it
I took
by getting him to talk my other friends into talking me into it.
I took advice from Florida man, and well, that's what happened. And I didn't wake up until 3 in the afternoon, and I felt horrible when I did. Not emotional. Well, I mean, yeah, emotionally, but primarily physically.
Yeah, but you always wake up emotionally feeling horrible. So.
Well, I mean, in fairness, I always wake up feeling physically horrible too. So, I mean, it was a standard day, except, my day began around 3:30. Made some coffee. I believe posted a video, and then fucked off down the street and got my buddy Jamie to buy me a whiskey. So yeah, all in all, it was kind of a standard day for me. Just sort of dragging myself through the day, scraping my face along the concrete, not for any other reason than that my mind continually said, "You deserve this. This is what you deserve."
Yeah, congratulations. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. 4 days a week.
I honestly wish I did. I mean, so like Quinn still not coming back yet, so anything resembling a purpose to have a daytime schedule has like completely escaped my life. And it yeah, so I mean that's kind of unfortunate, but the bright side is I get to hang out with Ed and Dro until 6:30 in the morning.
Yes, it's debatable.
So where'd you so you said in that DM nobody knows who that comic is?
Yeah, very few people know who that comic is. Yeah.
Is he an actual comic, or was that just like an open mic where he had like a really good bit?
No, he's an actual comic, but he's not out there enough for like people to know who he is, and that's a very old bit of his. I'm not even entirely sure he still does comedy.
Well, I mean, clearly, like from what he was describing, he has a job as a teacher, which, I mean, so I mean, I don't need to tell you, but you know, stand-up comedy requires a certain level of like
No, that was a I think
internal
that was like
darkness.
a paid regular bit.
Internal darkness, you know.
Yeah.
And I can't see many other ways to get to that kind of level of, you know, deep and disturbing
That
mentality than teaching kids in America.
Yeah, that was not open mic material. He's been doing it for a while, but also keeps his day job, and does comedy as a hobby
Yeah.
material.
Well, that's nice. It must be nice to be able to like take up other people's dreams as a, you know, as a hobby.
Well, no, I think it's what he wants to do, but he's afraid to leave his job. I don't know. That was from the Obama administration.
Yeah, it was Obama. That was
It's been a
definitely
while
no, that
since
was
then.
yeah, it was
So,
definitely
like,
Obama era.
let's be honest about that.
Yeah. Well, no, I was wondering
I
when
have no idea where that guy's at now.
as soon as he started with the crackers and the Fig Newtons, I realized at some point he'd work in a bit about the Oreos. I didn't think Obama,
Oh, yeah.
but I think it was beautiful. It was a great bit. I hate him because it's so obvious. I should have thought of it, but he thought of it before, and I'm glad that I didn't think of it myself and then discover that he'd already found it, because that's not fun. It's like you got
Nick, that's what I'm here for.
yeah, you got to yeah.
I'll tell you.
Well, yeah, no,
Whenever you come
you're
up with a bit, I'll tell you if somebody else did it.
yeah, you're rapidly becoming someone like I'm like every other DM I get from you. I'm like, I don't even want to look at it. I don't want to know what I thought was clever on my part was actually more clever from somebody else. Thank you, David. Fucking hell. Although that's the weird thing. In the same way, like Neil Brennan ended that 1-3 mics set with his whole bit about like we can just fuck racism away by all just interbreeding.
Mhm.
I've been saying that since the early 2000s, and in the same way,
and I've heard other comedians say that since
oh
the
yeah.
90s.
Well, another
Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, like another one was like so like when I was doing that bit on air sharks, right? That's been a joke with me and my friend, like my college buddies, since way back. And if I stole it from anyone, I stole it from Don Mann, who will never do comedy. And his was only a preliminary idea about, yeah, you know, man, we need to be chased by fucking tigers. And this is like before, I think this is before Rogan even had a podcast. He was just doing Fear Factor. Alex Jones was still something you had to download grainy MP3 files from obscure websites to get at. It was a better time. It was a better time.
oh, you mean when there was more than like 5 websites that everybody visited? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Newgrounds was still a thing back then, you know, which it's actually
Newgrounds, Cracked, Rotten.
Yeah.
And then there was also like, you know, addictinggames.com.
Yeah, this was back like if you had
great.
like a 2 gig MP3 player, you were on the fucking cutting edge of technology at that point. It's like, yeah, I put 1.5 Killers albums on here. It's amazing.
Having a MySpace page that you can customize by just moderating the HTML code. And
Yeah.
You can also add songs from all these bands and or comedians that had tracks on their website.
Christ, yeah, you remember
that was the fucking gold.
Oh yeah, I remember MySpace. They even had I remember MySpace for a certain time. They had like you could set up a player with like a playlist on your page, and you could put whatever you wanted up there, and it was fine. And then
as long well, especially if it was from a MySpace, like a band that was on MySpace. You could go to their page, look at their player, and like, oh, I like this one. Let me add this to my player.
I found so much fucking music that way. Actually, like it was just.
I know.
Yeah, you find this jam from this like artist you've never heard of before, just randomly, or you see it on a friend's page. Then you look at what they're listening to, and you're like, "Wow, I've been listening to terrible music this entire time. Now I've found the way." And then like 4 or 5 months later, you do that all over again.
Yeah, but you'd also see a band's page, and you'd see like what friends they had, and it would be other bands, and you'd click on those, and now you're down a rabbit hole of like finding all these other bands.
Oh, Lola Bohemia is saying in the chat.
And
Well, Lola Bohemia is saying
or
in the
you'd
chat
see
that,
bands that they were inspired by and stuff.
well, Lola was saying that on her MySpace it was all Mars Volta. That's, I mean, well, even, I mean, I think Mars Volta holds up even now.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, it's funny too, because like when I read that initially, I'm like, it's been so long. I'm like, I was thinking like, wasn't that Jared Leto's band? No, wait, that was 30 Seconds to Mars. And now I'm hoping as all of those people get old, I want to see Ed, cool your jets. I want to see a collaboration, 30 Seconds to Mars Volta. Think about it. Half of the song can be Portuguese.
My MySpace page got deleted, not by me, but like the service deleted it, and I checked like a month ago because I wanted to go see like the old bands that I used to follow, and yeah, I can't find them anymore, and I don't remember any of their names.
That shit's, I mean, like, I fucked around with MySpace in very particular ways to a point where if I could log into my old MySpace page and all of the old friends I had on there were still on there.
I heard they
of them
recently turned it into a paid service.
Half of them, I swear to Christ, half of them right now would probably just, it'd be like, hey, I remember we, like, hooked up a bunch after I chatted her up on MySpace. Oh, my God. How many kids did you have? Tell me they're. Thank God they're all. None of them are mine, though. This is good. That's an important thing. Ed is saying and we've had entirely too much show without him, so I'm just gonna drag him in here. And Apful, I'm gonna bring you in just a few moments. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
What up?
Are you drunk enough for this to make sense for you yet?
I don't know. I wasn't listening. What are you guys talking about?
Well, you were really upset that you were sober. We're talking about MySpace, bro.
From the top, the whole stream, I wasn't paying attention.
Well, yeah. Well, we're talking about MySpace.
Yeah, okay.
When's the last time you logged into MySpace, huh?
I do not know. What year was that popular? Like, what time frame? Like early 2000s? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Kind of died around, I think, like 2009, 2010.
I'm trying to deep dive back into my past, and that's all very much a blur, that whole time period. I used to fuck around in the forums in MySpace.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that actually, like Wednesday's guest, Chris Berry, who you spoke to on Saturday.
Yeah.
Was, him and I, we became friends fucking around on the politics forums back then.
Yeah, those were cancer. Those forums were cancer.
Compared to where they are now.
I totally might have seen you there.
We moderated the fuck out of them back in the day. Like, it was
shit! I bet I ran into you guys as mods. Well, I probably thought you were cunts because you might have banned me a bunch of times.
Oh, I was never a mod, but that was where and when I adopted the moniker Wizard of Cause.
I might have seen you there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because, my name would have been totally different, so you wouldn't be able to recognize it.
There were some weird fuckers back then, though. We had one guy who was actually, like, he'd only post periodically because his job was he was a sailor on a nuclear submarine. And it was, like, one of those... Yeah, and he was what they call, I think, the boom boom type, which means, like, okay, your sub was for launching nukes whenever we need to. Gotcha. Yeah.
My favorite forum was the love and relationships one, though. That was wonderful chaos.
Well, I mean, I can imagine you just showing there trying to convince everyone that they should, just leave their partners.
All the girls were pretty hot. All the girls were hot. For a while there, they had added me on the Facebook group and stuff because I was just a troll, but they liked that. because women like negging.
Well, no, it's like
That's when I learned
we
that
didn't
women
we didn't
like
call
negging.
we didn't call it negging then. It was,
I feel like that was a thing then.
it was just reverse psychology. It's like it's like I could see you going at him like, listen, baby. I mean, the thing is like you think
I've
you
never
like it.
said "listen, baby" in my entire life.
You think you like the big dick, but you got to go for the guys who develop talent out of necessity, right?
Yeah, I think I just called them cunts.
Just showed up.
And they liked me.
Ed was the original MySpace incel.
What up, cunts?
Man, it's like I see all this talk about incels. God damn it! I was doing that shit before they had a name for it.
I couldn't get laid for the life of me. I spent all my time on MySpace.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that was just fun because everybody there was like insane. Like they just made you feel better about yourself because I had such fucked up issues, and it was really like essentially like a forum for love line type posts, relationship advice type shit.
Just I wish I'd have gone in there. I could have been like the consistent Dr. Drew. It's like the post is like we've been my boyfriend and I have been together for 8 months and I'm not sure if we're ready to move in. And the first question will be like, what are you addicted to? No, seriously, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What drugs are you on?
Man, like honestly, every time I would go in there, it would just be women, right? Women just posting shit because women don't understand anything about the relationships that they're in. And the answer is always, maybe you should talk to him instead of us. That's always the answer. The answer is, I think probably your problem is that you're talking to me and I don't fucking know you. Like it's always the answer. I think that's where my misogyny came from, that forum.
I can see it though. I can see like,
Stop complaining about gaslighting when you're the one that always falls for it.
Well, they just, it's like everybody uses their second account on that shit too. So like, like a couple will both join the same relationship forum without knowing it.
Yeah.
It's like I think
and then
he's
there's the girls who either aren't girls or.
Well, there's one thread from her saying I think he's hiding something from me, and then there's another one from him saying like I'm really afraid that she'll discover the model trains I still have in my parents' basement. I don't know how to break that to her. I think he's cheating. It just goes choo-choo on its own. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. Never hide anything from your woman, because she will take your cheating.
What about you, Jables? Did you ever fuck around on any of those old forums?
Unless it's cheating, then.
Well, no, I have this old profile picture that I used to use.
Would you like to share?
Yeah, I'm sending it to you right now.
I did.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Jesus Christ! I can. Yeah. Oh my. Holy.
Is this the thing you can show?
No, I'm gonna show it in the.
Everybody, shut up.
I'm gonna show it in the chat. I'm gonna show it to the stream real quick because like this genuinely is pure MySpace era. Fuck, I don't even know what you'd call this. Just yeah. All right, Jables. I insist.
No, just MySpace era.
Jables,
yeah.
I insist that you make this your new profile pic across the internet right now.
You posted that on purpose.
It looks like it.
Mine were terrible.
I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, what? It's like this,
But I was like, what, 18, 19?
I'm like struggling to think of like the appropriate band. This is like, actually, yeah, no, you know, we could even like, yeah, this is like if Dave Sherratt was a member of Mars Volta. This would have been his thing. Like, yeah, baby.
Oh my god, yeah, that looks like him a little bit too.
It does.
Fatter. Sorry, Dave.
Well,
No, it's fine. I was like 13 or 14 at this time, so you can go ahead and make fun of me.
Oh yeah, I mean I was gonna anyway. But... it's the splotches on the side of the face that are making me worry.
I could just
those
hear
are
it
showing up after the work he did on it.
I could just hear the drum line though too, like no cars go.
Dude,
That's all.
I
You
did
should see
start
some of
to
the other
learn that, like,
you should see some of the other profile pictures I threw up. But...
trolling people on forums was a lot easier when I had a girlfriend because we would do it together.
Yeah,
then-
teamwork makes the dream work.
And then she left
pretty
you,
real.
and you were never funny again.
No, she didn't leave me. My life isn't as tragic as yours. Come to find out.
Well, listen. No, I genuinely would never try to claim anyone's is. That's why
Until my last one, I was the one that left women.
I'm out here keeping it real for all of you sinners out there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure, y'all feel as good about yourselves as you can.
My alcoholism comes from a happy place. You have to understand. I'm in good spirits most of the time. People don't realize that about me. I'm a very pleasant person to be around.
I've actually started to wonder. I don't actually think I'm an alcoholic. I think I'm just a compulsive heavy drinker.
Yeah, that's different.
No, it is because all right, so just yesterday.
Say that in an AA meeting.
Just yesterday.
I understand where he's coming from. Here's how it's different. When you can drink, you will. But if you can't drink,
You
you're
don't.
fine with that.
When have you ever had a chance to test that out?
Oh no!
Yes.
Hang on. Let me explain this on the inverse. In my case, what was funny was that yesterday my neighbor gave me a bottle of absinthe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ran out of beer, and I couldn't buy any more. And I looked at that
absinthe.
And I looked at that bottle, and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna not Kitty Dukakis this, okay? I'm gonna just."
You started thinking about the aftermath of drinking absinthe.
Oh no, actually, well, I mean, the aftermath came to mind
did
afterwards.
You happen to have sugar cubes laying around?
Huh? Oh yeah, sugar
No,
cubes and just it's strychnine. I mean, the thing is, if I had strychnine lying around, there wouldn't be any show.
No. I didn't.
That's
say
what you
anything
do with
about
absinthe. You set it
I'm
on
just
fire. The sugar cube on fire. Or some shit like that.
Yeah, only once you've effectively soaked it.
Yeah, you have to soak it and then burn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you activate the ergot, so you trip balls.
I don't do that shit. I did it. The absinthe fucked me up once, and I was like, never again.
See, I don't mind
Never
absinthe.
again.
The thing I realized though is like, if I was like the true dyed in the will alcoholic that I thought I was, I would have just gone to town on that shit because it was what I had, and I got to keep drinking, right?
That's not how it works, though.
Shut the fuck
It's
up,
not
Ed.
always like that, man.
Listen, okay, all right, listen. I know it's this
You're
is
an
another.
alcoholic.
Listen, no,
Stop denying
listen.
it.
Do
Let's
alcoholics?
not-
Listen, do alcoholics make excuses and then come up with what? Hang on. Oh fuck.
It's all right. Just embrace it. You don't have to improve.
Dude,
I will call myself an alcoholic.
At least call him functioning first.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Listen,
Anyway, I'm a nice guy. That's what I was saying
60% of my shows are on time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Nick.
Jaeger was another one. Jaeger, can't do Jaeger. I'm not really a
Nick?
liquor. Like the only liquor I can kind of handle is just whiskey for some reason.
I can handle
I
any.
learned-
I can handle any standard. I can handle any standard whiskey. I can handle
I think
I can drink vodka. I like rum. I love
Rum's
whiskey.
good.
Actually, I like.
Sounds like a holiday thing for me.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things too. Like, I drink whiskey so regularly that it's funny too, because like I'll be out with other friends, and yes, they exist. Shut the fuck up. But
I'm not gonna go there. I'm much more clever than that.
but I mean, like every time, like if I'm out drinking with anybody
They
else,
exist, but they hate you.
and they're like, well, duh. But that's my audience too. Okay.
That's so great.
But no,
Go ahead.
it's well, it's funny because it's like, oh well, hey, let's do shots, and I'm like, what do you do shots of? And I'll just suggest Jameson because that's my like go-to drink. Now for me, Irish whiskey, it's like there's no like gagging weird shit. Like it's like no,
Yeah,
it's just
smooth.
it's smooth and delicious to me.
Smooth and delicious, yeah.
But
and
you-
I can control myself on.
Well,
whiskey.
yeah,
The problem is it's
you
my
get a
control
gin, yeah,
levels.
but you give a gin drinker a shot of whiskey, and it's like you fed them pure gasoline. They're like, oh god, how do you drink this? I'm like,
Although my last big, well, the second to last, because I took advantage of the Uber Eats liquor delivery, which was wonderful. I didn't even want to drink, but I just like, well, I can do it, so I need to do it. And I got just a straight up good old number 7, old, just classic, because it was cheaper, and Uber Eats like jacks the prices up. So I was like, number 7 it is. And but like there was an incident before that where I was drinking this. Alcoholics must know it's Black Velvet, and it's cancer. See, you are an alcoholic because you knew what that was. It's
I know. Well, no, that's the
cancer.
thing. I know enough. Like when I've had Black Velvet in front of me, and that's one of the things I can pass on.
That's syrup.
I didn't understand what it was.
What's that Greek drink they love? Ouzo. There's like a Greek
I don't know.
liqueur. It's like a clear black licorice, and when you pour it, it pours like paint thinner. It's fucking horrifying. The Greeks can't get enough.
Ouzo. Yeah, it's ouzo. I just literally Googled Greek liqueur. It's ouzo.
Yeah, it is
or however it's
ouzo.
pronounced.
Oh my god, that.
They have the pronunciation, but it has letters in it that I don't understand.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help.
Yeah, it's that shit right there. I'm like, it's no wonder your empire fell. Fuck me. Like, what
Yeah, I
are you
would
doing
never-
with
yeah.
this crap?
I don't experiment with liquor because I get in trouble. You gotta learn. That's part of maturing. So I stick with beer mostly, and lately, light beer. I'm drinking Michelob Ultra like all the time now.
Well,
By the way, Nick, can you take that image of me off the screen?
Yeah, let's do that.
absolutely not. No, that's
See, Nick's the bad guy here.
that's
Don't
staying
act-
up. That's
Don't act
staying
like
up.
I come in here acting like a
I
bully.
want to get one of my visual effects friends to take that image and then add like strobe effects behind it to make it look like an early 2000s music video. That would be good shit.
Do you want me to send you more embarrassing profile
No,
pictures? that
this
I've
is not
No.
interesting to me.
I just like this. I just like this one. Actually, Ed, let me suggest as a bit, but I think you should take your classic black and white dog smoking a pipe thing and put it through whatever filters made this.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good turn for your channel. I know you take your YouTube career very seriously, and
Yeah, I'm the most serious YouTuber out there on the grind
Yeah.
every day.
honestly, the amount of like inside industry shit I see you post, I'm like, is that Mundane Matt? No, wait, that's Edinburgh.
Yeah, exactly. I'm way better than Mundane Matt. Oh, I'm sorry. I broke the bit to say something true. Anyway,
Oh wow.
that liquor stuff is pretty.
Okay, hang on. No, you know what? No, you know what, Jables? Okay. No, you know what? Sure. Yeah. No, we'll do
Okay,
this.
no,
There we go.
Seriously, though.
There we go.
Much more embarrassing.
We'll do
I
it.
am objectively better than Mundane Matt.
You win with that one. Here you go. Yeah, I thought that other one was, bad. But there we go.
Jesus, man,
All right, who has a?
Well, you were 13, so it's like
Well, who has a?
At least you didn't rape anyone.
Who has a quarter handy? Because we've only got two people.
You know.
Well, we got.
The benchmark is, I didn't rape anyone.
It's like I didn't rape anyone that you know personally, so it's fine.
Or at least it wasn't rape at the time.
Yeah, wasn't rape at
These
the time.
days.
Neither of us were legally of age. I was still a minor, and your sister's never saying shit. But who has? Do either of you have a quarter on you?
No, but
I have a nickel.
Let's see, Mickey. Is that Mickey? Yeah, Mickey wants a link to my channel. That's really important, so I need to go do that.
Yeah. All right.
It's literally
nickel.
though. I mean, think about this. My name is so genius that all you have to do is type it, and it'll take you to either my Twitter or my YouTube video. Period.
Yeah, because
And
nobody
Patreon.
else is.
First three
name.
things on Google when you Google my name: YouTube, Twitter, Patreon.
All right. Well, I just
Yeah.
did random number generator for the one of
Oh, my
two,
Teespring. I forgot about
for the
that.
for the one of two we've got. So let's bring Lola in here. Haven't talked to her for a while. Lola.
Women. That's why I like this stream. You bring women in.
God damn it.
What? First off, I will say that I'm kind of skittish right now talking in my actual voice because I'm supposed to be AWOL from the internet.
Don't worry, nobody watches this show, so no one will know.
Oh no! no.
But I was
What?
also practicing doing another character voice today.
So I'm still kind of in that ability to still act in that character, so that's already fine-tuned right now. But
I
Yeah,
can't
you-
really
you-
switch to anything else.
You can stop
Um,
doing that as soon as
okay.
possible. How about that?
Wait, Nick, you're already posting like pictures of a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's true. Let's
Let's
go
try
let's
to
go
delete
back
that.
let's go back to the art of this stream, shall we? We'll go back to the
Why-
time. Back
Why
to
is
the,
this my name, by the way? Who named me this?
Oh, somebody.
oh yeah, okay,
you
so
gotta take that up with the nameless ones.
yeah, so here's the thing. Well, there was the old server, and then the old server, a lot of people got really upset that certain people had certain powers and other people didn't, etc., etc. So I decided in this server I would distribute the powers more or less randomly. So like,
Lola, are you not kinky?
And by he decided, he means I did that.
Can we change her name to
You are the
Milk
hand-
Toast Lola?
What?
Boring Lola? Not good in bed Lola? I feel like it's a good name. You're complaining over nothing.
Well, I don't want this to be the first thing people learn about me. All
Well,
right,
nobody knows.
yeah.
Vanilla,
No.
wow. Look at that. You fucked yourself. Nobody will want you now.
no, nobody
I
wants.
am so okay with that.
Nobody
Nobody
wants to
will-
play a vanilla
Nobody will
WoW.
send you dick pics now, you loser.
That's right, I'm
Oh
calling
my
you out,
God.
Mark Kern. Your time as an internet overlord is over.
Gonna write an article on the Guardian. It's like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna
now
like
that,
I'm gonna pop.
feminism is taking hold.
Yeah.
I really miss men sending me anonymous dick pics.
I'm just gonna pop over to Polygon real quick and be like, I found something even worse about vanilla WoW.
No, so really, like okay, so this is how I've compared it, is that, so I do videos sometimes, as in hardly never or ever, really.
Yeah, me
and,
too.
Show me them. Do you show your tits?
No,
Why not?
because
Serious answers only.
That's
nobody's paying me enough.
That's a big market.
I'll give you some money.
Probably not enough.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Women have
Well,
really high values. I know that, like browsing OnlyFans, women think they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. $30 a month, really, for these low quality
Oh.
2-minute fuck tapes. Fuck
I'm still
you.
waiting
Yeah,
for.
I've seen like $500 a month and shit.
I'm
Yeah,
still.
Yeah,
I'm,
that would be my.
And I'm angry
that-
at 30.
you know what I'm. You know what
that
I'm.
would-
What I'm really waiting
mind.
for. What I'm waiting
You might
for
as well
though.
just say I'm not gonna do it.
No, I'm just waiting for like one of like the like the unofficial like ooh cutesy YouTuber chicks out there
Mhm.
to launch an OnlyFans.
They're all doing it already.
Yeah, they're
Well,
all
now-
doing it.
They're all fucking doing it already.
Yeah, but just-
and all it does is saturate the market.
Oh,
so it's
fuck.
made everything else cheaper.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
it's
Yeah,
not
well,
like
get
I'm-
in while you
I'm-
can. It's like Bitcoin.
No.
This
I
guy-
already spent my time there. Already did
Oh,
for
wait,
10
you
years.
did it already? Oh.
Yeah, I was for 10 years, and no joke was I think I was on a campsite doing private shows. I
Uh-huh.
did not intend to talk about this, by the way, but
Hey, you volunteered the information. I didn't drag
How
it out
about
of
it?
you.
Yeah.
Don't say
Uh,
that I did.
you guys
'cause
were
I'll
talking
fucking
about it.
sue you.
yeah, okay. But no, for real, like I did private shows, like it would only be one-on-one, and I charged $8 to $10 a minute.
Oh man. What
Yeah.
a racket. God, I wish I was a chick sometimes.
It
But
was
Except for all the,
really-
like, then I have to
do have
deal with
to
all the
say that.
problems of being a chick, which is terrible.
Yeah, but the thing, I realized that on that site, no one was offering like an intellectual experience of.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I'll do that, and people paid for it.
I'm just waiting. I'm just
Oh,
waiting for like.
okay. I
I'm
thought
just
you were
waiting.
talking
Yeah,
about the clientele.
I'm
For
just-
some
Fucking
reason
my
these
fucking
private
drink.
chats I'm doing.
Nobody.
They don't-
I'm waiting
all
right
I
now.
want to talk about is my tits.
I'm just
Oh,
waiting for.
hold
I'm
on.
I'm just waiting for
Oh,
Lauren.
no.
We need what we need is Lauren Southern's comeback to fail miserably. Then she'll jump on OnlyFans, and when asked why she did it, she can say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I thought this was Patreon." Well, kind of, yeah. It's like, yeah. So, by the way, for anybody who's not familiar, if you sign up as a patron on my Patreon right now, I'm getting rid of all the old rewards. You're just gonna get like pictures of my butthole after like $10 a month.
That'll work.
I really
Dude,
no.
you're
I
gonna get
wish
a
I
lot of
was
gay
still.
dudes.
I wish I was still I wish I was still friendly enough with Sargon to reach out to him and be like, "Hey, guy, you remember that whole Patreon like boycott thing you wanted? You should have gone to OnlyFans, man. We can do this.
Yeah.
We can do
Just
this."
jerk off in front of a camera. Somebody
People
will pay
love
you.
bears. People love bears with English accents, and I know that you will sell out every ounce of your credibility to
Absolutely.
make money. Do it,
Yeah.
dude.
Pictures of your feet.
Yeah.
Start there. Work your way up. Like it is pretty awful. But like the
It is
bit that I
pretty
did
awful.
earlier, like that's a real thing I'm seeing all over Twitter. Girls with OnlyFans accounts who I follow just to look at their asses.
Oh, I think it's funny. I love it when you find like the,
They get morally outraged.
no the suit like the the woke feminists though. They're like,
Oh yeah.
white people and men need to shut the fuck up. By the way, check out my OnlyFans. I put my
Yeah.
butthole up. You can check out. You can look at my. You
They
can
wait
look
until
at,
people get mad at them and then they go. "Here's
I
my
gave
OnlyFans link."
gave my pussy hairs Viking braids, and you
That's a
can
good
check it
racket.
out.
That's a good tactic. That's a good tactic. I approve of that.
Yeah.
Say something like horribly outrageous that gets all the anti-SJWs all fucking mad at you, and then plug your shit because they will do it. They
Oh-
will hate
oh,
do
yeah.
it. If Anita Sarkeesian started an OnlyFans right now, she would make more money than she ever made with Femme Frequency.
I would send the
Just by
link to
doing
it. I would send the link to it to the quartering specifically because, like, listen, I know underage She-Ra is no longer sexy enough for your taste, but listen, have you ever wanted to hate fucking Anita Sarkeesian in your mind while looking at pictures of her?
Yeah, I'm not above it either. I'd fucking pay for that only.
Yeah.
Right.
See, that's what this has been the whole thing that's happened with me lately and why I'm in hiding. I became the person that knew too much. But the whole thing with like people going after Onision is that he just went to OnlyFans and now he makes really weird porn. I'm like, see what you fuckers get for not actually partaking in due
Right.
process
All of the
and
e-
having
it-
like trial by media. You get this weird awful porn now.
I didn't know that, but all I could hear when you said it was like a million e-thoughts crying out and then being suddenly silenced. Like, they're invading our space. This is supposed to be where we sell trashy porn to sad
It was
virgins.
never theirs. I mean, well,
Yeah.
like the whole thing is it's the thing that pisses me off. Well, it doesn't piss me off. It's hilarious. But like they start, there's post after post of like some guy said something creepy to me, and I'm like, that is your whole audience.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think you do for a living?
After I decided to let an entire bottle of whipped cream go off between my boobies, some guy came around and said, "I want to come on your tits," and my God,
Yeah.
Respect
of course
women.
He wants to come on your excuse me. I don't take kindly to that kind of talk. Then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you're just mad that they didn't pay you.
You know how
Like,
much? Well, no, they must have though. If they're talking to her on OnlyFans, so they're already
Yeah.
paying. It's like jack that shit up. Do something
You know,
crazy.
I
Talk
just,
back.
I actually just figured out a way to become like an underground internet hero. In the same way that there's people out there who like pay for all these streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, and then they just like rip and then pirate and post all of their shows and movies to Pirate Bay. I need to become I'll crowdfund it, but I need to become a regular sustaining like NPR style member of a bunch of OnlyFans and then post their videos to Pornhub
Yeah.
on my own channel.
people
And
already do that,
Do
but
web hosting in general.
why?
I saw that,
This is
like,
the
on
worst
websites
thing.
all the time.
This is the thing I noticed. The worst thing you can think of doing on the internet is already being done by somebody.
yeah. The
Guaranteed.
thing is that all the people that are like getting new to that whole industry and on OnlyFans, they don't realize that as long as they just like put a watermark on their images, then they can, it can be a DMCA thing.
Yeah,
and
but
they
also,
get it taken down.
let's-
But they don't know that, so
Well, let's
let 'em
remember what
learn.
a lot of these OnlyFans, content creators, influencers, you might call them, are ultimately. You tell them you need to put a watermark on your video. Like, does that mean squirt at the camera?
By the way, I like Lola for being the only woman on this stream who has a good microphone. And like, I clearly understand you.
I can.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good one.
listen, I've
That's
just
really
got a
good.
fan
Oh
running.
shit! I have the sudden urge to throw money at you.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you do this? This is crazy. How did you stop doing this? Like, what is your money like now?
Ed, you know I have.
Tell me your-
Ed,
what's in your bank account?
All right, Ed, steal
Nothing.
steal your
What's your credit card
cheesy
number?
fucking
Where do you
erection for
live?
a moment, will you? And I did want to
That was
point
hot.
out.
That
Hang
actually
on.
did it for me because I've been in quarantine and I need to get away.
Did it do
Well,
it for you?
you know, I've got an OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, I know. I remember you said you did. What do you put there again? Fans. Only fans. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a fucking boomer.
Well, I was the first one to come up with that, and then I see a bunch of
That's
people like, "I'm
ridiculous
launching
that
an
you wrote it.
OnlyFans with pictures of fans." I'm like, "Wow."
Anybody
The one,
paying
the
you?
one joke I got to before anybody else, and
Like
it's
oscillating
not
fans.
good. Oscillating. I put pixel art fans
All
up
sorts,
one time. I'm like, I know y'all boys like that video game titty. Come check this out.
Here's the fan from Five Nights at Freddy's.
A nice,
That's like torture porn.
a nice 3-wing ceiling fan. I'm like, ooh, hot black threesome. If you're interested, $5 a month is all it costs you.
You can
Katana's
watch.
little
You can
fan.
watch me dust it. Oh,
Yeah, I'll tell you
it's
what.
real
If I,
dusty up there.
yeah, I'll
That
tell you.
could be pretty hot.
Well, that's the thing too.
That
Well, that's a
could
weird
work,
thing to think though. Is like OnlyFans is like it's a site that's like porn enough to where like if I wanted to go full Dankula for instance and just be like, all of my non-content's gonna be about my genitals, I could just be like, hey, I posted my taint.
Mad Lads is pretty good though.
Well, no, that's the thing. His Mad like his content. That's the thing I'll say about Dankula is ever since he's gotten all like he's decided like, all right, I'm not just gonna sit here and whinge like Sargon all day. And he's like the Mad Lads shit.
He doesn't have the. He doesn't have the. Attention span for that.
Yeah, the fucking. Well, I mean, like like the but like the Mad Lads has been great. But I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you know what? Maybe I should just like I post like it'll be like the daily taint, you know? Just like
Yeah, Dank's been giving that shit out for free.
Yeah. Well,
Everybody's
I mean,
seen his balls.
Well, that's the thing, though. Is like, well, I mean, everybody's seen my balls too, but
I haven't. I've avoided this.
Well, it's because you have taste that's good enough to avoid watching any of Schmeckel's streams.
I think it's because I disappear for months at a
That
time.
was the most famous thing that ever happened on the cunt stream. My
probably-
balls were the most important thing to ever happen on the cunt stream.
I'm gonna be honest
Well,
with you.
I remember. I wasn't there.
Yeah, you can still find it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm pretty sure.
But mostly because of the cunt stream.
I'm pretty sure my dangling nuts have been a reshared clip. I need to go find everywhere it's
I
available.
just don't want to listen to Schmeckel. That's the only reason.
I just need to go DMCA anyone who's ever shared a video of my nuts without and monetized it. Even if they didn't, I'm just gonna DMCA them. It's like,
Well,
yes.
did you squirt on it first?
Those nuts are my intellectual property. It's the smartest thing about me.
That reminds me, Nick. I still need to send you a
explains a
picture of my
lot.
nuts.
What was it? Oh, no, yeah, no, you cannot do that, Jables. It's fine. You don't have to do that.
No, I'll do it.
No, I don't want you to
I'll
go.
do it. It's fine.
Listen,
It's fine.
you got a lot. Like, you were even saying earlier, you got to wake up early for work. You got all this shit. Just don't even.
Oh
worry about
no! I have a 3-day weekend. I've got all weekend off, so yeah.
It's like that's
I want
that,
one of those.
yeah, and actually, like
Plus,
for
it's extra hot out, so they're extra saggy.
yeah,
so
for those
Maybe I should work harder on my
Yeah,
YouTube videos.
yeah, and well, also for those who don't know, a 3-day weekend, like Jables just sees a 3-day week, and he's like, damn, I can get like even more shots of my grundle this way. For his OnlyFans, by the way, Jables has an
Man,
OnlyFans.
this was
up.
hot when Lola was talking, but now you guys won't shut up.
Yeah, now you, won't shut, now you just won't shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, Ed. I didn't know. I didn't
We're
listen.
just mansplaining, okay?
Yeah, listen, Ed. I haven't seen enough Streamlabs contributions from you to warrant this being Get Ed's Dick Hard the show.
I think you've seen just as much as you need. I think I gave you $5 once. It's probably
I gave you $5.
and then I asked for it back, and I never got it back. So
Yeah, no, I don't do refunds.
I asked for it back in the super chat.
Oh, trust me, my bank account went to the negative. He didn't give me a refund.
I do that all the time. I'll post like a super chat or whatever, and I'll just be like, "You."
Yeah.
In the message.
Yeah, well, straight up, honestly, if anyone's listening right now, like if if your bank account's like teetering on the negative, just go full for it. Like let the bank know you don't respect their lordship over you by going into the red and going over Streamlabs. It's a great way to yeah. And then you
I
can
have a Patreon, by the way.
Yeah, and then you just turn around and tell the IRS, like, no, all this money I spent on this dipshit was, he's an artist. I'm supporting the arts, and that's a tax deduction for me.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm running. I'm running on that.
I was even very careful and, like, made sure I had enough money to buy some beer yesterday.
Good for
And then Netflix took some money out of my account to pay for them.
you.
Oh.
What
So
a
then
bunch
I
of fucking
figured-
assholes.
Betcha.
Fucking Netflix always taking money from
Oh
me every month.
no, I had
I know.
I had worse than that. So last month, at the end of the month, and it was just because I'd clicked on the preview of a show on Hulu, and it automatically upgraded my account to like the top end premium Hulu account, which I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't need to watch the Orville that bad. And
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like the first of the month came around, I'm like, why? I'm like, all right, my rent went out. Thank Christ I made that. Why is my account in the red? And I'm like, why the fuck did Hulu charge me 3 times for like a total of $50? And I got on the phone with them, and they're like, oh, we're sorry, sir. This tends to happen. And I'm like, if you're familiar, yeah, if you're familiar with this issue, why is it still an issue?
Why are you telling me it tends to happen? Just as a support representative, that's a thing you lie about.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh yeah. This is an issue that we know we have. We deal with it all the time.
We take the
just
money
can't
and then we
fix
keep it.
We're a bit
until
like-
We're
you
just not
say
gonna
something.
fix it. We're just gonna,
when we launched when we launched Hulu
Oh, Lola,
initially,
I
we
forget you do taxes.
when we launched Hulu, we initially thought of we adopted the model of Bank of America and how they handle mortgages. So we're really sorry, sir.
Or just my bank account in general.
Yeah, well then I told them, I'm like, yeah, so you guys
You
put
still
my
with Bank of America? I thought everybody jumped off that train.
yeah, it's like you guys. It's like it's like
I
you guys put my account in the red. What can you do to solve this? And like, oh, we'll refund you immediately, sir. I'm like, what's immediately mean? They're like 5 to 10 business days. Well, that's not exactly immediately. Just off the top of my head, I'm no English major here or anything, but
You're supposed to start with 5 to 10 business days so that you cushion the blow later.
exactly, yeah. It's like, oh, I can expedite this, sir, and we can have it to you in 5 to 7 business days. Oh, thank you. No, this has been excellent customer. Is there a survey I can take after this call?
People who give bad surveys on those are bad people, though. Even if it was the worst service you've ever experienced.
Well, Lola, I've got a Breadmaster PBJ wanting to come in. Apfel just abandoned.
Don't you dare kick Lola. I'll fuck you up.
I wanted to tell a story, and then you can kick
Oh no.
me out.
Okay, no, tell your story. Tell
Okay.
it. I want to hear it.
Because yeah, I have to. Well, it's a little bit of venting, I guess. So I was talking about how I make videos, but not really. And the whole thing that I did well was last year I made a trilogy, the Hackuzation trilogy, because people were calling me a cyber criminal, and I had to defend people. I had to defend myself.
Badass. It's cool if it's true.
Well, it's not, and neither is.
Well, you wouldn't tell me it was. I can form my own opinion.
Yeah, you can. But now what's happening is I'm being called a fraud, and that I don't know what I'm doing.
That's also cool.
So people won't make up their minds. Like they just won't get it together.
I got a whole scenario now that I'm imagining. I never want to know what you.
Yeah, don't ask about Ed's scenario though, because it still ends in like a zipper mask and a lawsuit.
Oh,
it ends worse than that.
That's
anyway.
uncomfortable. Yeah, but
you're used to it. You had an OnlyFans for 10 years.
What sucks though is that what people say, unfortunately, it actually affects me. Because people are just they want to villainize. If somebody's bullshitting, I'm going to figure that shit out really, really fast. I just am, and they realize that, and they're like, "All right, we gotta discredit her. We gotta, so people don't believe her. We gotta do something." So then they do that, and it unfortunately ends up working. And I feel like I always am saying, "See, I told you so," and that's basically how it has always turned out. But the person
I feel like that all the time too.
Yeah, it sucks. I really hate people. They're all stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ, Ed.
Is
fucking hell. Like, think of baseball and put it away, buddy.
I've been quarantined for too long, Nick.
The person that's currently doing this is such a joke that I don't understand why anybody listens to him.
Well,
What'd you
listen,
say?
Ethan Ralph has
He-
been
I wanna
around
know
for a
all this
long time,
information.
okay?
Okay. Okay, this guy has he's been doing YouTube videos for like 4 or 5 years, and he's only at like 2,000 subscribers, half of which he got because he went on Chris Hansen's live stream. He
Oh.
wound up recording a bunch of VCs in Onision's Discord without anyone's permission, so that's wiretapping.
Yeah.
Depends what state he's in.
Yeah, it
Well,
does.
no,
Single party state.
no. Well, it depends on the state of everyone in that VC.
Can I just
No,
So if
say
No,
anyone,
no,
This-
no. If you're in a
listen?
single party, state, you can record everybody. It doesn't
can
matter.
I can I
can you
well
say
can I
that?
can I just
no.
can
you
I just
can't-
say the
you-
fact that this Chris Hansen Onision shit is like washed up on my shore in this way makes me really really root for COVID-19. Like I am
Yeah.
full on team
Oh, you don't
COVID
need
now.
more reasons for that.
Well, no,
But,
I
like,
mean it's just
Lola,
it gives me another
are
one.
you're being very mysterious. Like you've brought up Onision like twice.
Yeah,
Is there a connection there? Did
uh,
you talk to Chris Hansen?
whistleblower. That's all I'm gonna say.
Did he tell you to have a seat? Tell him all about
He
it.
tell you to have a
No,
seat.
I may have taken.
Oh no,
the
they
seat from
got
Hansen.
her.
I'm
They
about to
censored
beat him
you.
up.
Oh, are you one of the victims?
No,
Chris Hansen?
I'm the.
Did
I'm,
Chris
no.
Hansen ever, I mean, like he's known, he's a notorious rapist throughout several states. But I'm asking, like,
It's all
and
legal.
by the way, Chris Hansen, if you catch this clip, please by all means sue me in this show. We have no money, but I could really use the press.
Yeah,
Whatever
that
it
might
takes,
help in the long run.
You
It's a
might
long
get-
game.
Also,
Hey.
Chris Hansen, I believe you're a homeless fucking faggot. Oh,
No, he actually has
Sorry.
an apartment with a Murphy bed in it. I know where it is.
Okay, what's the beef? What's the drama? There's something here that I'm not getting. You said something actually earlier and it cut you out.
Yeah.
And it was probably the juiciest bit.
Yeah. I'm
Eat it now.
I'm the whistleblower of something.
Bad checks.
That's why I'm hiding and such. Basically, everything screwy he's done
Oh.
since he's been on YouTube.
It's kind of
I-
really well. This is a really safe place if you're trying to hide because like, literally no one fucking watches the show. So
There's
you
20 people in there. What you talking about? That's a lot of people.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Can somebody?
But I have someone that follows me around and like is
bet.
legit harassing me. No, I'm not kidding about
thank
that
you.
part. That's why I was genuinely thinking. I'm like, should I just be in another voice? But it, yeah.
Let us
Yeah,
know if it
I'll-
gets you killed. Being on here.
Well, yeah, you might. That, yeah.
I'll break
Well,
out
you
the
can't
Ouija
just
board.
Why
write
the
another
fuck?
voice.
Yeah, do another voice.
Oh my God, Twitch! Come on.
Do that one voice.
Wait, hold on. It's hard for me to switch. I actually am kind of nervous right now. Like,
Well, that's because
yeah,
That's because you know
Uh.
Ed is gripping bits of himself, and not giving you money on OnlyFans.
I don't give a shit about that.
She
No,
is-
I really.
Hey, as a
Where my other hand is, that's disturbing.
as a Midwestern mom, could you
Oh,
say?
that one.
Yeah, there you go. I know you're good at that one.
That really gets him off.
Oh,
Could you
all right.
tell the entire chat that you love them and that you're proud
Oh,
of them?
you guys. I'm so proud of you. You do such a good job at whatever you do. If you, just we'll put it on the fridge. Go ahead and put it on the fridge. Good job, champ.
Okay, no, keep going, because either Jables or Ed, one of them is almost there. Keep going. No.
Okay.
No,
I don't.
I didn't mean.
It might make me a little bit more comfortable to disclose, what the whole deal is about and why it is that I'm in hiding. Because I had, after I figured out all the computer stuff and figured out that other people were trying to do it and they weren't doing a good job. They really weren't putting 110% in, if you know what I'm talking about. So I figured
don't.
this out. They said they were hackers and all this other stuff. I'm like, sir, you're not even using a VPN, and is that Vista? I think
This is some serious like
That I
inside
understand.
track. Like for those of you who are excited about the next season of Fargo, You're welcome.
I am also in hiding.
Can we hide together?
It's the funniest thing. I fed Chris Hansen into the wood chipper there, and then I had myself some walleye. Fucking, that was. Oh God! All right.
Well,
No, you're
no,
going too far
no,
into
I'm-
Canadian and
I'm-
letterkenny
You
shit.
can't
I'm
follow
serious
this act.
though. I'm serious though. He is really mad at me, and he cycles through his different ponds, and each time he, one of them just kind of meets their expiration date, sends another one after me. Unfortunately, they're really effective at first, and then
that's-
they just kind of teeter out.
Wait, are you sure you're not just describing the first installment of Kill Bill? No.
Yeah.
Well, that's so. Well, I wish you the best in your fucking battle against Chris Hansen, who's so mad he doesn't even say take a seat. He says sit the fuck down.
No, I'm the one saying sit the fuck down. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever she does a non-sexy voice, I just tune her out automatically. It's weird.
It's like
Yeah,
even when
it's like
she
a
even when
trigger.
she's
I
talking,
heard none of that.
even when she's talking about the exact kind of sexual abuse that just gets him going. Like, oh man, I am so glad they canceled To Catch a Predator because I wanted to get famous on YouTube first.
You need to do ASMR video.
ASMR video.
Midwest
Fuck yeah, I'm glad I'm
ASMR
wearing my
mom.
good headphones.
Okay,
Good
then.
headphones.
So, what
For
we're
that
gonna do
binaural
now?
experience.
Now crinkle some paper.
Do you have the? Did you get the
Crinkle
cheese?
some fucking paper.
You gotta get the cheese curds
Run a
there.
Brillo
Ed,
pad across
Ed,
the fucking
calm
microphone.
down. Calm down, Ed.
All
Quit
right,
humping the bell.
Lola, come back again. I do this show 3 times a week. I know the rest of the internet's forgotten it happens, but it's still happening.
Lola,
'Cause
come back again. I'll do you 3 times a week. Oh.
you see, there's the
I'm uncomfortable.
yeah,
Oh,
there's
fuck off.
there's
Fuck out of
there's
here. Slut, you must be a lesbian.
yeah,
This
there's
is why I don't like you on stream, Ed.
there's
This is why I
sell
don't like you on stream.
yeah there's
Fuck off,
selling a
man. I'm gonna
point and then
replace
there's
you soon.
negging the point. So we will talk to you again soon.
She can do something on my point. Oh.
Jesus Christ! All
Get
right,
the fuck
and
out of here.
At long
No more
last,
girls.
rounding out the show, Breadmaster PBJ's in. But Breadmaster, do you think you could give Ed the same kind of erection Lolo can?
Give it a shot.
It's like it's 2020. I'm open to anything.
He's gonna straight up not.
Well,
talk.
he was complaining in the chat that it was too accurate. So
Oh, he's
Dead
like
silence.
it's
You
just,
got rid of
no,
Lola.
yeah,
for
no,
this.
yeah. It's just gonna be like
You
it's
made
just
a
gonna be
terrible mistake. Get
She's-
Lola
no,
back in
he-
here.
a quick.
Okay.
he's just playing guitar.
He finished.
Oh,
He
oh.
finished.
No, I'm here. I'm here. So,
Oh, I'm coming.
oh god, shit,
Ah! Oh
It's
gosh!
like when you accidentally come on a
Stop,
shot of the
for love of
dude's
God, fucking
balls.
stop it.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the weirdest fetishes in the world. It's not even the tone or tenor of the voice. It's just like it's like when you have that Wisconsin thing going on. It's like, oh god, oh
There's
god.
someone out there.
The worst part about that was she was either like suburban housewife that's on ketamine, or grandma. There is
Which-
no in between
yeah.
here.
Well, it's all
Lola
just a
was
matter of
Lola's
time.
complaining that she was objectified. I'm gonna get a sexual assault charge.
Another
Well, I mean,
one.
To be fair, she was
Not
objectifying.
again.
She was objectifying my culture,
Yeah,
so she knew
that's
about
true.
herself.
That was cultural appropriation there.
Goddamn right it was.
My favorite part of making cheese is the leftovers. Mm-hmm.
Don't knock it till you try it, man.
Them Italians getting all fancy calling that all ricotta. I just call them curds.
Exactly.
And then
They squeak if you rub them together too. It's great.
the great thing is too is every winter I end up just retreating to the subterranean lair that is my entire city.
Anyway, Lola,
What?
leak your fucking channel. I don't want to listen to these guys anymore.
I've legit.
I've already finished, and nothing pleases me now.
It's like,
I
it's,
mean, that sounds like a
I-
personal problem.
he's
I
got
just
no.
want to go to sleep.
Yeah, he's got the post-nut depression. He's like, oh my god, I came and now none of what
It's
I've
like-
done for the last hour makes any sense to me at all.
I'm
It's like the
ashamed of
come
all
down
of it.
from the dopamine high. It's just the worst. It's
Yeah.
just
Now,
like, I hurt
now it's just me and the shame.
Hey, why is it I can't stop thinking about grandma now?
Oh no!
Now you can't stop thinking about
Now
grandma.
I can't
Huh?
stop. Thank God I already finished.
God damn it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Canuck and I are already talking about in the chat about belly button kisses. So
Really? What the fuck are you talking about?
It's not gay if
Excuse
the
me?
balls don't touch. Okay, yeah, that's some quality.
That's what I always hear, but at the same time, it's like I'm pretty sure docking's gay as fuck.
See, this is why Dr. Drew had to go on to Comedians Podcast, though, because, like, you know, now in terms of, like, bad sex and love life advice, like, you've got us. Like, how do you get worse than this? You know? It's just like, well, I don't think you're a drug addict despite your daily heroin use. I just think, you know, if the balls don't touch, docking, it's not necessarily gay. It kind of depends on how you feel afterwards. Where you're like, did I imagine a vagina just then?
If you really think about it, the shorter your dick is, the gayer that would be, because the more likelihood the balls would touch.
Exactly, see? So
We're getting into weird territory now here.
I'm so glad.
no, because dick size doesn't matter. If you have low hanging balls, sometimes they'll swing forward and touch the other balls.
Yeah, have you ever
Don't do
seen
it
the
so
physics?
forcefully. Like, come on, man.
Have you ever seen that? You ever seen that? You know, the video for the song "Wrecking Ball." It's a big one and it hangs low and it swings far back and forth. Now, you could be that.
Tie it in a knot, though.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Is like, you know, when you get like
You can tie it in a bow.
when you get an alcoholic pop queen swinging from them, then you can come back and talk to me about how that works.
Man, they just talked right over your punchline. Very rude. I would never do that.
Jables.
Ed, you would do that. You talk over my punchlines all the fucking time.
Yeah, but you suck.
I mean,
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
I do
battle
suck.
of the co-hosts.
Oh, sucking some dick right now.
I
Yeah,
mean,
what was that?
He is the fake co-host for a reason. And Jables, why are you gargling dick?
Because that's how. How do you think you got to be the real co-host?
Look, I don't want to know
See?
like what size
Why'd
dildo
you
your
ask?
mom uses, but for the love of God, just what color is it?
The internal politics of this show involve a lot of, you know, swinging nuts. Is all I'm saying.
Lola, I want you to
Yes.
be proud of yourself that this is what happened when you left.
Yeah, we need the feminine touch back to fucking like
Yeah.
feel like.
I'm telling you, I've been telling
Well-
that to go
Balance us out
City.
again.
I
What
tell
the-
it to everybody. You always need one woman.
At the same time, I hope that
And only
Breadmaster is
one
really
woman.
proud about the fact that when he joined this show, the sheer amount of like desperate like sexual frustration on
Yeah.
the part of this panel just shot through the roof.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Ed, I can't deliver. I can't.
Yeah, we know.
You
Then why
try
don't
it.
you-
All the girls.
God damn it.
Yeah. So, Nick. Yeah, I forgot to say. Yeah, I'm sorry for being mean to your friend the other night.
Oh, he didn't. I even reached out. I'm like, yeah, Ed said he's sorry. He's like, oh no, I don't. He's like, I was really lit, and I don't remember most of it either. I'm like,
Yeah, he was coughing a lot. He
That's
was
fine.
taking the hits off of the bingo ball.
oh yeah, I'm sure he was stoned, but he was like, before he even like, because he hit me up when he heard like when we went live again, and he's like, I'm drinking Irish whiskey, let me in. And I'm like, wow, you sound like Ed. Sure, come on.
Sure, Ed just didn't get a hold of your account.
Let me in.
Yeah. Well, I still just think it's funny because like half the people I know in town on like who I'm connected on Facebook, where they're like, "Why the fuck were you doing 6 hours on Saturday night? Was that your show? Is that what you do?" I'm like, "No,
God, no.
that was a special after show, which actually at the same time managed to get actually more viewers and do better than the regular show." But you know,
Because everyone was finally awake.
it's neither. Yeah, it's like oh, I was, it's like oh, it's look at that, it's Saturday morning. Oh,
What
and
I remember,
he's
of
still
it,
online.
It wasn't that bad. Magog came in. That's all I remember.
Oh, it was fun. No, I mean,
God was there. I was there for a little bit.
I mean, it was a good time. It was just, it was pretty brutal the next,
Yeah,
that
we
day.
went on forever, dude.
Yeah, we went to like 6:30 in the morning, and then finally, I'm like,
wait, Magog showed up?
yeah,
Magog
Magog showed
for
up.
a lot.
there
Yeah,
for? You had to work.
He stuck it in there too. He was there for several hours.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was.
God damn it!
Oh well, no. This was.
talked to her fucking forever.
Well, you
But
yeah.
Nick had to delete it because.
No, it's still up.
Oh, you did? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No. The one I had.
I mean, I assume I did something.
I
embarrassing.
had to private Wednesday's show because despite the fact that I told YouTube stop streaming, it just kept going for 5 more hours.
Oh yeah, I was gonna message you about that.
Yeah.
And it just kept replaying like the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, I honestly have.
Oh, really?
I honestly like streaming again to YouTube has been one of the most annoying fucking things I've dealt with this whole show again. Is specifically
You're using Restream?
Yeah, I'm using Restream. So like for one thing, you gotta wait like 2.5 minutes before you can go live on YouTube, and then afterwards you need to make sure you go and make sure you kill the stream, because even though you did it, it might not take.
That happened to me when I did it. I did it one time with a video game I was playing on Twitch, and it chopped it up into bits. It was weird, but like I heard that's against Twitch's TOS.
Yeah, sleep streams are kind of against Twitch TOS.
What, Restreams are?
No, it's not against Twitch.
If you're a partner, you have to be.
Oh yeah, I'll never get to be a partner.
If you're a partner, yeah, you can't sleep stream.
No.
You can do it now.
Yeah, no. This show was discarded like a fucking Christmas tree on the side of the road long enough again to where like I'm like, ooh, 14 is my average. Great.
It'd be interesting if you tried it at different times of the day.
Yeah,
Would be.
Just throw people for a loop. It's like, oh, Nick's live. Wait a minute.
Yeah. It's like everyone's at
And
work
it'll be sober. It'll be really off-putting.
Yeah, I can just imagine all the people following the channel and like they get that notification while they're at work and they're like, all right, fuck you, boss. I need to watch this on company
Based off
time.
of the results of what we did, though, I'm starting to wonder if there's a different time zone that you appeal to.
Possibly.
Like you got a lot of like
fucking
You just
English
start
people.
applying like the English, the Irish, and the Scottish.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Indians.
Like
The
all of a
Indians
sudden,
bit.
it's like, oh, this
You're
looks.
appealing to Rush niche all the way across the world.
Yeah, it's like 9:30 in the morning. It's like, well, I'm locked down here in Glasgow making my breakfast of haggis and misery. Oh, look at that! A guy's talking into a camera. I should tune in. Good time. I love it.
Yeah, you're so good at that. I suck. I've tried.
I gotta be good at something, and no. Well, I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna go up the line in the usual way because we are at the 2-hour mark right now. And I am trying to actually like eat food and get to sleep tonight, so I can stop sleeping till 3 in the
You
afternoon.
don't want to go for 7 more hours?
Nah.
That's not
Nah.
like you.
I don't think 7 hours would be healthy.
Shut the fuck up, Ed.
He'll do
Yeah.
another 3 hours just to
How about
spite
4?
Well, Brad, what do you like to leave us with tonight then?
Let's see. Fuck you, Lola. I felt attacked, and fuck Chris Hansen. That's about it.
He's negging.
You're
It
taking
works.
a
I told you it works.
This is you taking a neutral position, and I admire that. So, Jabbles Burgley. Yeah, of course, everyone should tune back into the Leicester Saints Discord pre-show every Friday night. But what else do you want people to know about right now?
Just join the Discord. We're going to be playing some games, some Jackbox games in a little bit. So, yeah.
That'd be fun.
I'm gonna. Sorry, forgot to mention this, but kind of want to try doing a music night. Day to be determined. I would like responses.
Music.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. We have a music bot now in the Discord. So yeah.
And when the bot breaks down, we can just stream our YouTube screens. It's great.
Most interesting. Well, Ed, what do you want to round this show out with?
I got a YouTube channel. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's the best YouTube channel on YouTube, and it is way better than anything Monday Matt has ever done.
The worst
That's
channel you've
fair.
ever heard of.
Why?
Monday Matt is a piece of shit. Fuck Monday Matt.
Okay, cool.
I thought he was great. I've met him in person.
If I see him in real life, I'll throat punch his ass.
I don't think you will, Ed.
Yeah, I will. If I can find the throat.
I was there for the great flagging of 2018. So
I'm gonna end this on a shitty
We
note.
still remember that? Like, God.
Who else do I hate that Nick likes?
That's an excellent question.
I almost said Jeff, but
Nope.
No.
That ship has sailed.
Nope. I don't know. Do you have any hate for Commenticate? Vermin.
I don't actually hate Mundane Matt.
Vermin Supreme's terrible.
That's what I figured. I'm just like, okay.
People tend to take me a little bit seriously sometimes when it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's a huge
can be
mistake in
intense.
any capacity. Never take Ed seriously.
Really dumb people.
Yeah.
Be serious.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
He's
That's your
adopted to
problem.
he's adopted to his boy who cries wolf mentality, so that if there's actually a wolf, he's gonna be like, you guys should go check out what's over there. It's fucking hilarious.
The internet is a video game. You're not real people.
Well, for my part,
Ed, I love you.
Good.
well, on that note, and for my part, I'm going to round this show up by reminding everybody, we are presently being invaded by extraterrestrial life, and the only way to really defend ourselves is so the next time you see a woman with a bob cut who refuses to wear a mask in Trader Joe's and she starts throwing a fit about something, you need to first strike her at the base of the skull, but then before she recovers from that, you need to jam your entire hand up inside of her body however you can and get that tiny little psychic squid which is controlling her actions and bringing us this most unfortunate doom that we're all facing. But in the meantime,
I dumped water on her and watch her melt. But
yeah,
okay.
that or just like finger bang a stranger in a grocery store. I'm not here to tell you how to fuck. You enjoy yourselves. I'll see you again at the latest on Monday, and who the fuck knows when else. Cause I gotta zig when I'm gonna zag if I'm ever gonna survive this shit. This has been Drunken Peasants. Good night.